You know, you learn a lot of things from passing out in public and convulsing, and then waking up in the hospital, or no, sorry, waking up on the subway station, very confused, surrounded by a bunch of people. Ironically enough, though, because it is so confusing when it happens in the moment, it takes a while, and by a while, I mean a couple days before things kind of start to click into place and sink in and start making sense. So that's why I'm making another video, kind of an aftermath of, okay, this is the summary, the conclusion of everything that I kind of experienced and learned from everything that happened this week. So I'm not going to go back into the details. I already made a separate video for that. If you want, you can go back and watch it. Um, I did learn a few things since I've been back from the hospital. First of all, I assumed that I was sore from, lying in a hospital bed because those are never comfortable and you're always in awkward positions and everything like that, plus the stress of everything happening. But it's only recently that I kind of hit me and I'm like, wait, duh, that's not why I'm sore. I'm sore because I passed out and convulsed, which is basically a really intense full body workout that I have no idea how long lasted because I wasn't conscious for it. But yeah, it's like a full body workout, so every single muscle gets intensely worked out, and that's why now I'm sore everywhere. Today, not quite as bad. Yesterday was the worst of it. It also explained why I was so exhausted. And also, something else. My brother, um, sorry, my brother, especially when he was young, now not as much, but still, he has epilepsy. When he was young, he had a kind of epilepsy that basically, when it starts, it does not stop by itself. So every time he had an epileptic seizure, we had to grab him, rush him into the hospital, and he almost died 14 times. It was really intense, and it's like, as a kid experiencing that from the exterior, it was really intense. There was always that fear of like, oh man, is my brother going to die? What's going to happen? And at the same time, because it happens so many times, you kind of get used to it, as weird as that is to say, and you kind of forget how strange it is that this is happening. But now, like all those years later, once this happened to me, even though it wasn't intense as what everything that happened to him, I get kind of a glimpse at what it was like to be him. Now, of course, not really because he's also autistic, so he has the mental capacity of about a 2, 3 year old. So his understanding of what was going on to him was much different than mine. Although, when it did happen, I wasn't conscious of anything because, I was unconscious. So I don't know how he experienced it, but it really gave me a peek into his world, into what he used to be like. And just a quick update on my brother. When we were young, we did go to see we tried everything, acupuncture, everything imaginable. My parents tried because they didn't want their child to die. And eventually, we went to Brazil to see a healer, and he was able to heal him at least partially. And what I mean by that is my brother still has epileptic seizures and everything like that every once in a while, but now it stops by itself. So they don't need to rush him to the hospital. They don't need to inject him with like really intense medication and stuff like that. So anyway, that kind of sorted itself out as best as I could. But now it's like I finally get to understand what it's been like. And I didn't like all the things that come with that, not just the seizures itself, but it's like, oh, okay, your body is sore for days afterwards, every single muscle. And because he wasn't able to communicate because his limited language level, he was never able to tell us that. So I was never aware of that until the last couple of days. The other thing is obviously very, very, very exhausting. Like in the hospital, I wasn't able to sleep a lot because there's, a bunch of sounds and everything. And there's doctors coming to talk to you all the time. And there's nurses coming to check your blood pressure and your oxygen and all that stuff. So it's like you don't really get a lot of rest in the hospital. But when I came back, first day I was back here, slept for 14 hours, which had been a really, really long time since I've done. And then yesterday, so another 11 hours. So I slept a lot in the last couple of days. And even with that, I was completely out of it. Like today, after the second night of, 11 hours, it's like, okay, I finally feel like I'm starting to be myself again, to be back to normal. And, that's why also the last few days, yes, I took the time to record a video when I came back because I wanted to share it when I was more like in the experience in the moment. But I haven't like responded to any of the comments or anything. So please don't take it personally. It's just I was too out of it. I wasn't able to do it. I always go out of my way to respond to every single comment. If ever for some reason I miss a comment, it's nothing personal. I didn't ignore you. I just missed it. Or shit like this went on in my life and I just didn't have time. And then I'll go back and go through all the comments again. So I make a very big effort to respond to all comments and to interact with everyone who interacts with me for as long as I can. For now, I'm still able to do it. As the channel grows and everything, I don't know how long I'll be able to keep it up. At the end of the day, the most important thing is my health. I was always prioritize that no matter what happens. So, I appreciate everyone who comments and responds and, has conversations with me on the videos and watches and everything. I'm really, really grateful for that. But I just wanted to kind of explain the situation and the situation in the future because, well, hopefully, because, the point is always to grow and reach more people and have more impact and everything like that. So I do hope it grows and I do hope one day it gets to the point where I can't keep up with it. I can't respond to all comments. And it ends up being, everyone in the comments just having conversations with each other. That would be amazing. So I kind of hope that. But at the same time, part of me is like, I know it's gonna suck because I enjoy interacting with everyone who watches the videos and comments and everything and cares about me. Like every once in a while, there's someone who's like, "Yeah, you're a fucking idiot. You're gonna die. You're a moron for thinking anything else." And to me, I just find that hilarious. Plus, it's always nice to see pretty much every single time someone leaves a comment like that, there's other people that come in and be like, "Dude, you're a fucking asshole. Like, why are you doing this? Like, just, anyway, I don't want to go too deep into that. I kind of went down a rabbit hole, but all that to say, I'm really grateful for everyone who watches. And yeah, let me kind of go back to everything that I learned. So first of all, I didn't realize, yeah, as I was saying, I didn't realize that having an epileptic seizure is like a full body workout. I didn't realize just how intense it was on the body and how much time the body needed to recover. And the plus side, though, it seems like all that time to recover. And I guess especially sleeping because like my body needed such intense recovery period. It's not just like normal sleep where you like, toss and turn and dream and do stuff and you wake up and you're not always fully rested. It's like snap, you're out, you wake up, you're like, whoa, okay, I actually feel rested. And because of that, I think it really helped my body feel better. Like as you can see, I'm still coughing a bit, but barely at all compared to what it used to be over the last couple weeks. Also, it seems to have kind of like cleared my sinuses and everything. The last few days, I've been bleeding from my nose, not like active nosebleed, but just like my nose is kind of stuffed, and whenever I blow it and stuff like that, like there's always blood that comes out. And today, that seems to have stopped. So it's like it also seemed to have kind of, I don't know, locked things in for a while I was sleeping and kind of started the healing process. So even though, of course, I would not have chosen to have this happen because now I have more meds to take and, I have to take the other meds that I was on before, re-increase the level, stay on that for even longer than planned. Now I have another doctor. At this point, I have 5 doctors that are following me. So, I definitely would not have chosen this, but there are certain benefits to this, and I'm definitely going to make the most of those benefits. So that's pretty much been the update. I feel like I babbled a lot in this video, but I just want to say, thank you for everyone who's been following me, so encouraging and everything. I really appreciate it. And I'll always keep you up to date on whatever happens. I just hope, for my sake, maybe the next couple weeks will be slightly boring and not much will happen. That's kind of what I'm hoping.